Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Diverging Parallels. This is the first lecture of the course on stock market. Like we have told you in our introductory video that this course will start from the very basics and slowly move to the advanced concepts. So if you are the one who doesn't know anything about the stock market, then this course is for you. Okay, without further ado, let's start. So let us quickly go through the content which we will go through in this lecture. So we will start with the very basic questions like why to invest, where to invest, what is a stock market, what is SEBI, and at last what are the financial intermediaries. Starting with the very basic question, why to invest? Given are the three important reasons why we should invest our money. The first one is to fight inflation. So something that is of 100 rupees today will not be of 100 rupees after 20 years. Its value will increase drastically. So, increasing cost of living makes investing money necessary to survive. The second one is to create wealth for ourselves during our lifetime. And third one is to meet the life's financial aspirations. It can be something you want to achieve in the short term or the long term. It can be anything from paying off your student's loan to having your dream vacations. Second question that comes in our mind is where to invest our money. There are basically four major type of asset classes where we can invest. Every class has its share of risk and return. The first is the fixed income instruments. In this, we have the fixed deposits, bond by the government, bond by the corporates, etc. This class is a low risk instrument and they have a return varying from 8 to 11%. The next one is the equity. In this, we buy shares of the publicly listed companies. This class has higher return than the fixed income instruments, but the returns are higher. They are close to 14 to 15% CAGR. Next class is the commodities. In this, we transact precious metals like gold and silver. This class has a return of around 8% CAGR. And the final one is the real estate. In this, we transact with commercial and non-commercial land. But the problem with this class is that they have a very complex transaction procedure. Also, we can't measure the returns in this class because there is no official metrics. Remember that an intelligent investor never invests only in one class. He always diversifies his funds in different classes. Now, what is a stock market? It is a place where we transact equities. That is, we buy and sell shares of the publicly listed companies there. Thus, the main purpose of the stock market is to help you facilitate your transactions. In India, there are two main stock exchanges. First one is the Bombay Stock Exchange. It is the oldest stock exchange in India. The number of listed companies are around 5,000 and the benchmark index of BSE is Sensex. The second one is the National Stock Exchange. It is the biggest stock exchange in India. The number of listed companies there are around 1600 and the benchmark index of NSE is Nifty. Now coming to the regulator of the stock market, which is basically the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. The main objective of SEBI is to regulate the activities of the market participants and the financial intermediaries. The market participants are the domestic retail participants, the domestic institutions, foreign institutions, etc. And the financial intermediaries are the stockbroker, banks, etc., which we will see in detail in the coming slide. Coming to the final topic of today's lecture, which is the financial intermediaries. These are the entities that help us to ensure an effortless and smooth experience for our transactions in the stock market. They work interdependently, always complying with the rules laid out by the SEBI. The first one is a stockbroker. It is basically a corporate entity registered as a trading member with the stock exchange and holds the stock broking license. The second one is the depository and the depository participants. Depository is an intermediary that offers us the services of the demat account. In India, there are two depositories. First one is the NSDL, which is National Securities Depository Limited. The second one is the CDSL, which is the Central Depository Services Limited. We cannot open a Demat account directly from the depository. We need a depository participant, DP, who acts as an agent to depository and helps us to open a Demat account. Coming to the accounts which we need to trade in the stock market. The first one is the trading account. This is the place where we buy and sell our stocks. This account is opened with the stockbroker. The second one is the Demat account. This is the digital wallet for our shares. The shares we buy will come here. This account is opened with the depository via depository participant. Last one is the bank account in banks. It contains the funds that we transfer to our trading account. So now we can see that all the three accounts work interdependently and all the transactions are cleared and settled by NSCCL and ICCL. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment and share the video. Also remember to subscribe to our channel Diverging Parallels and keep getting the regular updates. If you have any queries, mail us at divergingparallel@gmail.com. We will meet in the next lecture. Till then, bye bye. Take care.